The tension between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese has officially reached a breaking point, and what's happening right now feels less like a rivalry and more like a public implosion. The LPGA's latest announcement just changed everything. Caitlin Clark has secured a groundbreaking cross-sport deal worth up to $8 million over the next 2 years. It's a move that not only cements her as the face of women's sports, but also exposes how far Angel Reese has fallen from grace. Because while Caitlin is cashing million-dollar checks and reshaping the narrative for female athletes, Angel is spiraling into chaos, melting down on social media for the world to see. Caitlin's rise has been nothing short of cinematic. Even while sidelined by injury, she managed to secure the kind of deal that athletes dream about. A collaboration with the LPGA and Nike Golf that bridges basketball and golf in a way never seen before. This wasn't just about signing another endorsement. It was about creating history. Negotiated during her recovery, the deal showcases how powerful Caitlin's brand has become. The kind of influence that turns downtime into dollars. And the timing? Perfect. Just when people were wondering when she'd return to the court, she reminded everyone that her reach extends far beyond basketball. Angel Reese, on the other hand, responded the only way she seems to know how, through thinly veiled jabs online. Her cryptic posts about being able to play golf too with laughing emojis might have been meant as humor, but they reeked of envy. What makes it worse is what came out later. Angel's management team had actually approached multiple golf organizations first, hoping to secure a similar deal before Caitlin's announcement went public. The silence that followed was deafening. Nobody called back. Nobody wanted her. And when the LPGA chose Caitlin, her team reportedly lost it, realizing in real time that they'd been replaced as the story's star. That realization seems to have broken something in Angel. Her social media activity since the announcement has become erratic, from late-night rants to deleted posts, from defensive live streams to passive-aggressive quotes about privilege. It's a clear picture of a player watching her influence slip through her fingers. Teammates have allegedly tried to intervene, warning her to stop embarrassing herself. But she doesn't seem to be listening. The harder she tries to fight for attention, the more irrelevant she becomes. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's career is exploding in every possible direction. Even without playing every game, she's still the biggest draw in the WNBA. Her jersey sales are through the roof. Her team's games dominate viewership ratings, and the Indiana Fever have become the league's most talked-about franchise. That's not just basketball success, that's cultural dominance. And with Nike and the LPGA planning to roll out a multi-year marketing campaign titled "Excellence Has No Boundaries" during the 2026 Super Bowl, Caitlin's name is about to reach even higher levels of fame. It's rumored that this campaign alone could add another $15 million to her income, pushing her into the kind of earning territory previously reserved for global icons like Serena Williams. Angel Reese's situation, however, reads like a tragedy. Her on-court stats have dipped, her endorsement offers have dried up, and even her online presence, once her greatest asset, is fading fast. Brand managers are walking away, calling her too risky to work with. Her recent outbursts have cost her deals and alienated fans who once adored her underdog energy. What was once charisma has now turned into chaos. One marketing executive even said that every time Angel posts, sponsors hold their breath waiting for another controversy. That's the kind of reputation that kills a career quietly, but completely. While Angel fumes, Caitlin continues to handle everything with class. When asked about her new LPGA partnership, she didn't boast. Instead, she spoke about donating a portion of her earnings to youth golf programs, a move that spoke louder than any social media post could. It's the ultimate contrast between quiet power and noisy desperation. Angel seems addicted to being seen. Caitlin just focuses on being remembered. The divide between them was further exposed at a recent WNBA Players Association meeting. When Caitlin's LPGA deal was brought up as a positive step for women's sports, Angel reportedly couldn't hold back, taking a shot that left the room silent. "Some of us don't need to run to other sports for validation," she said, a remark that immediately backfired. Players, even those who weren't particularly close to Caitlin, were said to be stunned by the immaturity. One veteran even pulled Angel aside afterward, telling her bluntly that she needed to grow up or risk being pushed out. The divide was so tense that the meeting had to pause to cool things down. And yet, through all of this, Caitlin Clark hasn't uttered a single word in response. Not a tweet, not a clapback, not even a subtle dig. She's too focused on her craft, practicing her golf swing, celebrating teammates, and sharing messages of gratitude. Her silence speaks volumes, and it's driving Angel mad. Every time Caitlin posts something simple, like a photo with Sophie Cunningham captioned "Iron sharpens iron," it goes viral, leaving Angel's dramatic posts lost in the noise. It's not just a difference in talent anymore. It's a difference in how both women handle success and pressure. Insiders say that the LPGA executives are ecstatic about Caitlin's impact already. Ticket sales for her debut tournament are up 400%, with fans lining up for the chance to see her in person. Even the Golf Channel plans to dedicate unprecedented coverage to her first appearance. Caitlin isn't just bringing attention to golf, she's revolutionizing it, introducing an entirely new audience to the sport. Meanwhile, Angel's attempt to copy her success with her own golf content series turned into a complete disaster. The first episode flopped spectacularly, filled with awkward moments, poor performance, and visible frustration. The video ended with more dislikes than likes, and professional golfers joined fans in mocking her attempt. What was meant to be a comeback became another meme. And yet, beyond the spectacle, there's a deeper concern brewing in the sports world. This one-sided rivalry is starting to hurt the broader image of women's athletics. Caitlin Clark is doing everything right, uniting audiences, bringing in record revenue, and opening doors for other female athletes. Angel Reese's constant drama, on the other hand, risks feeding every outdated stereotype that women's sports have worked so hard to erase. Even veteran players are calling her out privately, saying she's turning progress into performance art. The contrast between Caitlin's grace and Angel's chaos is now impossible to ignore. Financially, the gap between them has turned into a canyon. Caitlin's total projected earnings for 2025 exceed $20 million, making her the highest-paid women's basketball player in history. Angel's income, however, has dropped by nearly half. Her deals are drying up, her podcast audience has vanished, and her merch sales are nearly non-existent. The message is clear. The public has chosen who they want to represent women's sports, and it's not Angel Reese. Even legends like Diana, Taurasi, and Sue Bird have started making indirect references to the situation, reminding athletes that jealousy is the ugliest look in sports, and that women should be lifting each other up, not tearing each other down. Caitlin has become the standard, the symbol of professionalism, focus, and vision, while Angel looks more like the cautionary tale. At this point, calling it a rivalry feels generous. A rivalry needs two players competing at the same level, challenging each other to be better. What we're witnessing is a clear divide between greatness and self-destruction. Caitlin Clark is redefining what's possible, and Angel Reese is drowning in the shadow she helped create. Caitlin's playing chess, while Angel's flipping the board because she's losing at checkers. And as this story unfolds, one thing is certain: the world is watching every move. The LPGA tournament is on the horizon, Angel's rumored to be planning another stunt, and Caitlin might be adding yet another sport to her growing empire. This is just the beginning of the biggest transformation in women's athletics, and possibly the most dramatic downfall we've seen in years.